is up, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today, boys, we got another episode of the top snipes of the week. And in today's episode, we got a ton of crazy goat snipes, some invincible snipes, and what could potentially be the last top snipes of the week. So stay tuned. We're gonna get into these snipes, man. I'm very excited to share some of the community's best with you guys. So let's get into it. Without further ado, man, let's go. So boys, before we get into all the crazy snaps that you guys ended up getting in all of the action, I gotta mention a few things first off and foremost. First of all, I don't know if this is gonna be the last episode. I did say it might have been the last episode of Top Snipes of the Week, but that is up for you guys to decide. If you guys want to continue to see these for the last few weeks of my team, let me know and I can definitely continue to do them, because I have fun looking at all your guys' snipes, all your guys' crazy submissions. Even if, you know, you don't get into the video, I still see all your snipes, and it's kind of crazy to see how many people are sniping crazy things every single day. So shout out to all you guys that have submitted a snipe, whether it was earlier in the year, whether it was just last week, whenever it was, bro. I want to just say a shout out to all you guys that submitted a snipe into the videos, because it truly does mean a lot to see you guys going crazy on the filters. And then of course, secondly, if you do have a snipe to send in, and if we continue to do the series, you guys know where my Twitter and my Instagram are. I'm gonna throw them up on the screen right now. You guys can go ahead, send me in your best snipes in DMs, or of course on Sunday morning I do usually tweet out and ask you guys for your best snipes. You can just reply to that tweet with your, you know, snipes. That's probably the best way to send it in. But we're gonna get into the video. I'm excited to get into some of these juicy snipes. Real quick before we do, over 50% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel. So if you're new and you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. It is absolutely free and it can be undone at any time. And now, without further ado, let's hop into some snipes, man. Let me show you guys some of the community's best. Let's get into it. Let's go. So boys, one thing you got to keep in mind before we get into the snipes for today's video, some of these snipes are older, and I'm going to mention them when they are older, just so you guys know that, you know, they're not really what their prices are right now, because obviously with the introduction to, you know, goat packs, prices have dropped quite a lot, so prices are very different on the market. But we're gonna get into it. The very first snipe right here comes in from my guy Jacob, and Jacob ended up getting himself this card actually 2 weeks ago. So this card before, you know, goat packs were out and all that crazy stuff, and he ended up getting himself a dark matter invincible card for 10,000 MT, and it was none other than Shaquille O'Neal, man, for 10k. I believe it was on the Lakers enable filter, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. 10k for Shaq, though, cannot go wrong with that. He actually showed me how much he sold it for, and it was around 420,000 MT, which is just absolutely mind-blowing for a card like that, considering right now I believe he's a buy now, if I'm not mistaken, or very close to one. Regardless though, huge shout out to my boy Jacob on getting the episode started with a huge W like that. And then of course we got my boy Gory, and of course you guys know we're gonna see some goat snipes in today's video, so why not start it off early with my boy Gory. He ended up getting himself a GOAT LeBron James for 100,000 MT, another card you cannot go wrong with at all, man. I mean, any GOAT card that you could snipe is obviously a W. Sniping LeBron, which is one of the most expensive cards in the game right now, is definitely a huge W. So shout out to my guy Gory on getting that GOAT Bron snipe. Cannot go wrong with that at all. And I believe he actually ended up getting this before the GOAT packs were even out, so Bron was probably even more expensive, even though he's still like 600k plus MT right now. So huge W to my boy Gory on that snipe. Boys, sticking to the theme of GOAT cards and GOAT snipes, we got my boy Joe, who ended up getting himself a GOAT Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for 100,000 MT, which is definitely a nice little come up. I mean, you cannot go wrong with any GOAT snipe, like I said, and getting GOAT Kareem is definitely a huge W. I believe you actually have to scroll over one card, which is kind of crazy as well. So shout out to my boy Joe on getting that Kareem, man. Cannot go wrong with that. He also got himself a bunch of other snipes, but I feel like the Kareem is one I had to put in. So shout out to him on getting a GOAT Kareem. And then of course, the GOAT snipes do not stop there, and we have another unique GOAT snipe right here. My boy TJ, who is probably the GOAT of 2K21 sniping in my opinion, man. That man has made so much MT this past year. He ended up getting himself a GOAT Kobe Bryant for 100,000 MT. Another card you can't go wrong with. I mean, you guys have to understand, it is so hard to snap a GOAT card. You could literally spend 5-6 hours and not see anything, or of course you could go crazy like my boys did. So shout out to TJ for getting that GOAT Kobe, man. Cannot go wrong with that at all. Another GOAT snipe into the episode. Now boys, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man, we still have more GOAT snipes to go in this video. We got my boy Nathan, who actually ended up getting himself a GOAT Kobe of his own, and this one was actually for 85,000 MT. So another great future right there. GOAT Kobe for 85k, cannot go wrong with that. When I tell you guys, man, it is almost impossible to snipe some of these cards. It is almost impossible. You guys can give it a go. If you guys have sniped GOAT cards or tried to snipe GOAT cards, you guys know the process is very long. You have to have a lot of patience to snipe it, man. So congratulations to my guy Nathan on that that GOAT Kobe snipe. Nathan, let me know how much you actually ended up getting for it. I would love to know how much it sold for with, you know, how the market has been, because the market has been all over the place with prices. So let me know, Nathan, how much you ended up selling that Kobe for. I would love to know. And then, of course, we finally got an Invincible snipe, which is kind of a rare thing to see nowadays. There's only a few Invincible cards that are actually, you know, keeping their value on the market, and this one right here is one of them. So shout out to my boy Alex for getting himself a nice little Invincible Giannis for 100,000 MT, man. Cannot go wrong with that. I wish we got a finals MVP Giannis. That would have been a dope card to have in my team, but unfortunately 2K didn't deliver on that. But it's all good. My boy Alex got the next best thing, which is a Giannis Invincible for 100,000. Cannot go wrong with that, man. Congratulations, Alex, and keep up the good work, my boy. And boys, the next snipe actually comes in from my guy Spencer. So shout out to Spencer for sending this in, man. He actually ended up getting himself, and I believe, I'm not 100% Spencer, you're gonna have to update me with how much you actually ended up getting for this card, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was on the regular dark matter filter, and this just goes to show, man, the regular dark matter filter can be so clutch sometimes. It is such a great filter to use, and low-key, I actually have a video coming out on that filter very soon. We're gonna do a snipe challenge on it, so stay tuned for that. But getting back to the snipe, man, my boy Spencer ended up getting himself a GOAT Michael Jordan for 1,000 MT, which is just mind-blowing, bro. To get any dark matter for 1,000 MT is definitely a W. To get a GOAT card for 1,000 MT is something you don't see often at all. So shout out to my boy Spencer for getting that GOAT MJ, man. That pretty much covers all the GOAT cards in the game. I mean, in this video, without obviously, you know, Magic, because he's kind of the cheapest one. So shout out to all you guys for literally going crazy on the GOAT snipes. Cannot go wrong with an MJ for 1,000 though. Shout out to my boy Spencer on that. And then, of course, we got a snipe. I think this might be the only dark matter that's not an Invincible / GOAT card that's over 100k. I might be mistaken on that. Don't take my word for it, but I'm almost 100% sure. You guys could update me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But my boy Tyson ended up getting himself, of course, none other than Michael Porter Jr. for 13,000 MT. I have no idea how he ended up doing that, bro, but huge shout out to him. I believe this was actually before GOAT packs as well, and before all the super packs came out, so huge shout out to him, man. Tyson, let me know how much MT you got for that card. I would love to know. And boys, let me know if that's really the only card that's not an Invincible and GOAT card that's over 100k, because I feel like it is, but I'm not 100% sure. Somebody let me know, and you know, I would love to know, man. Well, boys, now coming down to the last two snipes of the video. The first one comes in from my guy Jay-Witt. He ended up getting himself a GOAT snipe of his own as well, and he ended up getting himself a GOAT LeBron James for 75k. Another, you know, very expensive card on the market right now. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he might be like a top 3 most expensive card in the game. So huge W to my boy Jay-Witt on getting that LeBron. It is very hard to snipe a GOAT card. Like I said, I'm telling you, it takes so much patience. So I have so much respect for you guys for actually going crazy on these GOAT snipes, because it really is more difficult than it seems. So shout out to my boy Jay-Witt for getting that GOAT Bron for 75k. Cannot go wrong with that at all. And then, of course, we gotta end off the top snipes of the week episode with an absolute bang, and my boy Josh ended up getting himself exactly that. He ended up getting himself, of course, none other than literally the most expensive card in 2K21. He ended up getting himself Invincible Yao Ming for 100,000 MT. I know the quality isn't good, but you guys can see the snipe, man. Definitely a huge W right there on that Yao Ming. I mean, that card is still over 1 million, or he was at least over 1 million. I think he actually dropped just under it now. But again, Josh, let me know how much you ended up selling it for, because I mean, you know, you could have sold it before the packs, after the packs. Just let me know how much you ended up getting for it. I would love to know. And this card is still very rare. He's very expensive, and I think he is the most expensive card in the game, right next to GOAT Bron, if I'm not mistaken, and GOAT Kobe. So huge W to my boy Josh, and huge W to every single one of you guys that got included in today's episode. I'm not sure if this is going to be the last one. I don't want it to be. We're obviously going to have one more, at least one more, for, you know, the top snipes of the year pretty much. But if you guys want to, you know, see me continue with this series for the last couple of weeks of my team, let me know, and we can definitely make that happen. And yeah, it's pretty much going to do it for the video, man. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay blessed. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, smack that like button. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, man. I love you. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll catch you guys then, man. Peace.